Yo, what's up, guys? Candy Bar in the house. So, iOS 26 has released, and let's take a look at it. So, liquid glass is the all new thing Apple has been talking about. So, as you can see here, I'm running the developer preview of iOS 26. So, that gives us look at the settings app. It's kind of better, different. The search bar is over here, and it's not completely down, as you can see. I go to General, about. So as you can see in this, I'm running iOS 26.0. So this is a developer version, basically beta versions, but which I've installed. And I let me tell you my thoughts on it. So the liquid glass, I kind of don't like it. I kind of looks cool, but also sometimes I don't like it. Depending on your wallpaper, sometimes you cannot read the text over here. See this text? Normally, like on a light mode theme, it would be light like this. See how it's white? But now on this new iOS, it's like this, and sometimes in your wallpaper, you cannot read what's written here when it's like this, and I don't like that. So that kind of bugs me sometimes. And this new way of interacting, I mean, the icons look a bit different. Of course, it's not that squircle or whatever icons they said. It's not that, which people thought it would be. It's the same normal icons, but it's kind of changed a bit. As you can see, the clock looks a bit different. Camera, they've changed it slightly. Layout. The mail app looks a bit different. So let's take a look at some of the things. Mail, for example, kind of like it. And now they have that feature here. We can summarize a mail basically on the top here. And it'll summarize your messages. And the mail app, not really different, but as you can see, the things have changed a bit. Normally you'd had this changed it here to the liquid glass, and if I click here to read all my mail, as you can see, it'll take me and I can filter over here by what I want it to filter. My inbox is here, and the arrow to the inbox basically is here, and the three dots to change quite a few things, as you can see. But it's not like it's different from iOS 18. Of course, I don't have an iOS 18 phone over here, but I still prefer how iOS 18 kind of was. The Photos app got a redesign, and I don't really like it. iOS 18, of course, people had complaints about the Photos app, as we look here. Now the Photos app over here for us,
Charge your phone.
as you can see, now has new kind of layout. As you can see, when I scroll up, it still has the same view at years, months, all search, but at the bottom it has collections and library. It's not like before where you could scroll down and you'd see your collections stuff. They've changed it, so it has two options. Of course, it's not the same as like how iOS 17 and all the old Photos app, which everyone was used to for so many years. But let me know your thoughts. I don't really like this new way of it, but yeah. And then moving on to Safari. Of course, I don't like this new layout of Safari. Basically, the bar has changed. As you can see, it's no more how it was. It's this new display, and this and scroll, it goes like that. Now it has an arrow to go back, as you can see. But but to how do you access your settings like before, like change tabs or share things? It's much different. Like in the old one, of course, it was so easy just to share whatever I was doing on the thing. Now in the new one, it's much different. As you can see, to share, I'll have to click these three dots. So if I click the three dots, then I have my option to open all tabs, bookmarks, and share. There's the share icon there. But it's not like how it was before, and I've kind of like how the old layout was. But yeah, it's a whole new look. And then let's move on. As you can see, Control Center even got this new look. As you can see, the buttons, everything here with this liquid glass, something they really talked about. Liquid glass, and it's kind of nice. but it brings about like how Windows, old macOS and Windows Vista vibes, having that transparent effect kind of. Well, but it looks cool in certain ways, but certain times I just don't like it. And then look at this whole new layout kind of. Of course, as you can see here, my hello world, of course I have a the switchy widget. Normally it's supposed to be transparent, but since I did the developer update, for some reason it's not being transparent. So that's one thing to look at. Now another thing to talk about is the Apple Intelligence features. Apple haven't really hyped the Apple Intelligence. Now Samsung with its Gemini AI and Google phones and all Android phones with their AI are so far ahead when it comes to Apple. Apple still haven't released the new Siri model, which was supposed to release on the iPhone 16 series. Well, since then nothing has happened. It's not yet released. Apple is still not ready for it. The AI they talked about wasn't really so grand. When I was watching WWDC event on YouTube, but looking at this, we got some new options also on the home screen. So let's talk about that. I'm not really, as you can see, we can customize it, and let's customize. So we'll customize, and then when we customize, we have the option to dark, default, as you can see here, dark, which I had it on, and then we've got clear, which is a new way of interacting. Look at this, clear. And then we've tinted has got an upgrade too. When you click tinted, it's no more like how it was before. The tinted kind of looks better than before. Let's go default dark. But yeah, that's a new kind of way to interact. As you can see, you can adjust your settings, clear, dark, always. So yeah, another thing to look at is the camera app got a massive redesign. So basically our camera app has these two options, photo and video. And you may be wondering how to get to your other photo mode. You just swipe and you'll find your other photo modes. And video, you can adjust your settings right here. At least you don't have to go into the settings app. You could do that before. They had that option that would allow you, if you had 4K, to adjust the frame rate, but change your frame rate to 1080p stuff was change stuff on the video power formats and all. You had to go into settings, but now you can adjust. As you can see, I can go ProRes log, ProRes HDR, normal, HEVC, 4K, HD, and I can adjust how many frames I want. If I want HD, I want 4K. And yeah, the new Photos app. And if you're wondering how to get certain options, like you're just gonna swipe up. As you can see, I'm in the photo. I just swipe up and I get flash, aspect, styles, exposure, timer. Basically the video app, I can swipe up and I'll get all that. If I go to photo, and if I want to adjust the exposure, I can do that. Now you may be wondering, compared to the previous Photos app, like how does this compare? I still prefer the layout of the old Photos app. Of course it's a new redesign, but for me, I'm so used to how the way things were in the old Photos app. Another way to interact with the thing is clicking this button here. You can see here this button, this with the dots on it. If I swipe it, then this menu pops up. So that's another look at that. And basically the Photos app is basically the same Photos app we kind of know and love. And then it's a kind of love hate, depends how you look at it. If you're used to the old camera app, it's something different. Of course, when you delete photos, as you can see, it pops up like this, and this is how you delete a video. I'll delete the video. Basically, this Photos app, as you can see, this is the liquid glass and the way it interacts and looks on your screen. And of course, there's so many other upgrades, like the dial assist when you on a hold, call assist, or when you put on the call on hold. And okay, the spam messages, that's a new update. So this is my normal messages. So generally if I'm unknown senders, it goes under unknown senders, and basically I can filter it, I can hold on it, and I can mark it as known if I wanted to. So basically generally that doesn't appear on my primary messages. So when I go to messages, I won't receive all the spam messages like before, how it was cluttered. That's a good way to declutter it, of course. As you can see, the spam message will go to spam, and will have recently deleted and all, kind of like, it's kind of nice to see. I can search, and there's my option for new messages, and then I can edit also. I can pin messages and do all that. So basically, let's look at iOS. The music app got some new features too, but I don't use generally Apple Music, so for me, not really something I really use. So I can't showcase that. But the new app icons, they kind of look okay. Certain ways they look nice, certain ways they kind of feel different, fresh new look. Even this fresh new transparency like effect they put, liquid glass, it's kind of fresh. But sometimes you do get irritated like notifications when you cannot read them properly because of your wallpaper. Oh, and also then looking at the wallpapers app, that also got changed when I hold here, when I hold on the lock screen. Basically the way it customize it is different. Basically if I go customize, it's changed from how it was before. Of course I can switch the styles like how I usually do, black and white and whatnot, but I can adjust my clock, as you can see, make it bigger, smaller, and it will adjust with the wallpaper. That's a new update which I'm going to cancel. And basically if I go to like just say a wallpaper like this, and I click customize, so the clock can be adjusted bigger, smaller, and into the wallpaper. Let's look at this one, for example. As you can see, make it bigger, smaller, and yeah, it looks cool. It depends on how much your lock screen wallpaper is and whatnot. But yeah, that's a new update. And then to wallpapers, of course, that's a different story. You're gonna click the plus button, then you can add your wallpapers, and there's emojis, astronauts, a whole new way of looking at it. As you can see, the wallpapers haven't really changed much, but there are some new Pride wallpapers they did put for the Pride month or whatever. But yeah, that's basically iOS 26. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Candy Bar signing out.